What is going on, y'all? We are back for SummerSlam weekend. You are not mistaken. You are not dreaming. You are here live on the Gamers Goon channel, and you are watching me for the first time in a while talk about wrestling. Wow. Congratulations. If you were here originally for the wrestling content, we are back doing it for a little bit at least with SummerSlam. We are going to predict it here today. I'm looking forward to this show. It's coming at a time that we kind of just need something different, something to hold us down for a few hours. Obviously, been watching a lot of the Olympics. This will be a good change of pace here with SummerSlam coming on up. I'd also like to announce that, not necessarily for All Out, I don't know about that yet, but I will be going to an AEW show coming up here right after All In. So we'll end up. I don't know if I'll do contact at the show or not, to be honest with you. I expect Brian Danielson to potentially be at that show. So maybe that will be something that we end up doing coming on up, and we will definitely be covering All In and All Out and all that stuff. But SummerSlam in particular in Cleveland, Ohio. I know some people on the ground there saying that there's a lot of festivities going on and stuff like that. It seems to be busy over there. So hopefully that turns out to be a good show for all the people visiting Cleveland, Ohio for it. But let's get right into it. I'm going to start off with the non-championship match in this card. I also want to do shout out WWE. They only have 7 matches on this card. They're not trying to make it a 15-match card or something ridiculous like that just sits and holds on for 6-7 hours. I don't need to see a long card. I do think they'll add some matches because apparently they're going to have maybe a little bit longer of a pre-show if what my dad said was true. I honestly did not look into the pre-show at all. But as of right now, only 7 matches. There could be some matches added to a pre-show, potentially, but we'll not talk about them here on this video because I'm recording this Friday morning. Maybe they'll add something tonight on SmackDown, but we're just going to cover what is announced so far. And the first thing is the special guest referee, Seth Rollins, reffing a match between Punk and McIntyre. I really don't care about either of these guys in terms of this feud. I get that they're trying to make this into a thing with Drew McIntyre being screwed over by CM Punk with the Money in the Bank cash-in. I don't care about no Drew McIntyre. I just don't. CM Punk, he can do whatever he wants whenever he wants, it seems like. So, does he really need to fight Drew McIntyre? Probably not. To me, I'm not really super invested in this storyline. I don't care who wins. I don't really see Seth Rollins in terms of this being overly eager to give Drew McIntyre or even CM Punk in that matter a victory. So I guess I'm just going to give it to CM Punk and say that Drew doesn't get his revenge. I'm about sick and tired of Drew McIntyre. That's all I can really say about that. Next, we're going to get into Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker, the WWE Intercontinental Championship title match. Sami Zayn, obviously we saw him win the Intercontinental Championship. Braun Breaker, somebody that I think they're trying to kind of give a push, but somebody to me that still just isn't there at the moment. Somebody that I don't really see as championship material at the moment. I understand a lot of people are fans of his in NXT, but I really don't just get that sense that he is the next Intercontinental Champion. I just don't feel it. I don't think it would be a great decision. So Sami Zayn, I'm gonna have Sami Zayn win in his match for the Intercontinental Championship match against Braun Breaker, and they've always been building up Sami Zayn as this underdog, so it kind of maintains the same here against Braun Breaker. Next, we got Logan Paul going up against LA Knight for the United States Championship. This one, to me, kind of feels like a toss-up, but I find it real hard to believe that they would take the title off of Logan Paul. I just don't see it happening, really. Now, that could start to become more of a reality because Logan Paul has been in some controversy lately, which I won't comment on, but I just don't see them taking the title off Logan Paul. I just really don't. Not not at SummerSlam. I just don't really feel like they would. So I'm going to have Logan Paul retain. Next, we have Bayley versus Nia Jax for the WWE Women's World Championship. This one, Bayley, I think a lot of what they're doing with Bayley is to keep her on good terms, to keep her happy. Obviously, you see Mercedes Moné in AEW. Becky Lynch is a free agent right now and might go to AEW. I mean, there's just a lot of reason why to keep Bayley happy, because you don't want to really ever lose Bayley to AEW and let her go face Mercedes Moné or go face any of those women over there in AEW and put on a classic, because Bayley's one of the best in the world and you got to keep her happy. I don't see her losing to Nia Jax. It just doesn't make sense to me why she'd lose to Nia Jax. So I'm going to have Bayley retain the title. And then let's get into the match that I don't think will be a retaining of the title. Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley. The singles match for the Women's World Championship. Rhea Ripley's going to win this match. I'm going to keep it very quick and simple to you all. Rhea Ripley will win this match. She will. She will. I mean, Liv Morgan has been the thorn in the side of Rhea Ripley for the last however many months. She tried to steal Dom. It did not work. Dom is back with Rhea. Rhea Ripley is going to have Liv's world crash around her and take the title away from her at SummerSlam. Rhea Ripley, I think it's obvious that she's going to win. I really do. I am more confident in Rhea Ripley winning than probably anything else in this card so far. Next, we have Damian Priest versus Gunther at the World Heavyweight Championship match. And as much as I love Damian Priest, I think he's great, Gunther is going to win this match. Gunther has no business losing this match. Damian Priest, I don't really know what more there is to Damian Priest as the world champion. So I'm going to have Gunther win this match and go on a dominant title run for the next at least months, maybe years. I don't know. Gunther, I could see them doing something crazy with him and go for like a 2-year title run. I mean, Gunther is going to be a dominant champion. I highly, highly doubt that Damian Priest walks out of SummerSlam as champion. And this is where things kind of get interesting for me. Cody Rhodes versus Solo Sikoa. Now, I had 2 major title changes in this show already with the Women's World Championship and the World Heavyweight Championship. And part of me, obviously, I'm a big fan of Cody. I'd love to see Cody win. But part of me thinks it's a good idea to get Solo Sikoa in the Bloodline the championship. And hear me out. I think that's a good idea because then you set up problems within the Bloodline. Because eventually Roman Reigns will return. Whether it's soon, I'm not sure. We'll see if Roman Reigns returns anytime soon, or maybe it's going to be down the line. But what you could have happen is Solo Sikoa becomes world champion. Roman Reigns challenges Solo Sikoa to become world champion. Because Roman is still the head of the table. Even though temporarily Solo Sikoa is. And then somewhere along the line, Dwayne Johnson's going to get thrown into that group. And we might see Dwayne Johnson versus Roman Reigns. Dwayne The Rock Johnson versus Roman Reigns. But does it make sense for that to happen? Or does it make sense for Solo Sikoa to lose to Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns returns and makes Solo Sikoa an outcast to the Bloodline? Kicks him out of the Bloodline for dishonoring, for bringing dishonor to their family, for ruining such a big moment, for not bringing the gold back. I could see it happening either way. I could see Roman Reigns coming back and kicking Solo out of the Bloodline because Solo didn't get the job done. He brought disgrace to the Bloodline. Or, the more interesting option, in my opinion, You can have Solo Sikoa win against Cody Rhodes at SummerSlam. And then you have Roman Reigns come back and demand to be the head of the table once again. And that could set up for a really good match at maybe like a Elimination Chamber. Or it could set up for a good match in the Cell. Or maybe that's your Mania match. Maybe you wait another year to get Dwayne Johnson versus Roman Reigns. I don't know. Maybe Dwayne Johnson versus Roman Reigns is next SummerSlam. But it's interesting. Maybe it's at the Royal Rumble. Maybe at the Royal Rumble, Roman Reigns beats Solo Sikoa. Dwayne Johnson wins the Royal Rumble and faces Roman Reigns. So as much as I would love to see Cody win, I think it's more interesting. And I understand that I have 3 big title changes at this point, and that's probably not likely. I think it might be more interesting to have Solo Sikoa win at SummerSlam. And I am going to go with the interesting pick, and I'm going to go with Solo Sikoa to beat Cody Rhodes. Might not be popular. You might not follow my logic when it comes to Solo Sikoa versus Roman Reigns eventually. But I like the idea of it. So, with that being said, to cap off SummerSlam, to finish my SummerSlam predictions, I'm going to pick Solo Sikoa to beat Cody Rhodes. The story is over. And we all were so excited, so happy to see the story. The story was finished. At Mania, we're going to start to see Solo Sikoa's story fold in front of our eyes. We're going to see it unfold in front of our eyes. Solo Sikoa, I got winning the undisputed, whatever, championship. It's going to be good. It's going to be a good show. It's going to be a good show. Has some highlights. And it has a match I don't care about. And that's always good, because they always need me to go to the bathroom or get some food or something. I'm going to need to do that at some point, so good thing they put CM Punk and Drew McIntyre on the show. I'm sure they'll have a good match, but I just really don't care about either of them at this point. But we'll see what ends up happening. Thank you guys for watching. I'm not going to recap SummerSlam. You guys already know the deal. If you watch SummerSlam, you can make your own decisions. And if you didn't watch SummerSlam, there's a lot of other content creators. I recommend my boy Joseph Conlon. He usually puts out some content. We'll see if he does. But if you haven't, go check out his stuff. I'm sure he will recap the show. I'm just not recapping the show. I'm just going to be doing predictions, man. I'm just going to be doing predictions. I'm not going to sit there and take notes. I'm just going to sit there and enjoy the show. That's kind of at the point where I am. I'm not trying to sit there and really dive deep and keep notes and do all that stuff right now. I'm just really not. But it's fun to look forward to the show. We'll see what ends up happening at SummerSlam. Thank you guys for watching. Like I said, we will cover all in. We will cover all out. There might be a little bit of a vlog content. Now that one, I wouldn't hold me to. The all in and all out, I would hold me to. The vlog content might not happen. It just might not happen. We'll see if it ends up doing it so when I do go to Dynamite, but we'll see. But yeah, like I've been saying the last few times I've had wrestling videos, these things, really, I'm not going to be covering the weekly shows anymore. I used to do it. I'm not doing that no more. The big shows, I'll be here. We'll be talking about it. I'm still watching, but I ain't watching as in-depth as I used to be. Just don't have all that time anymore. But thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time. And if you haven't already, I'm sure you can see on the channel, there's a College Football Dynasty Illinois edition that's on the channel. I'm gonna be doing some content regarding that. And that's going to be the next video you see more than likely. But if the next video you guys see is wrestling content, I'll see you next time. Thank you for watching.